Everyone, hope you're doing well. Today we're going to talk about the layers and gear that I use on the water in that late winter to early springtime of the year. It's one of the best times of the year to be on the water, and I want to make sure I have the gear that keeps me comfy and out there for long hours. So this is a list of things that I've put together over many years of fishing in cold conditions. I've ice fished a decent amount kind of in my high school, college years, and then I've fly fished a lot in the wintertime too. And it can be hard to find gear that keeps you warm without too much bulk. And so this is just a compilation of things that I've found over the years that have worked really well for me. On the coldest days, from a base layer standpoint, I just have a wicking layer underneath. This is just a shirt that I've worn for years and years. I think it's made by Head is the name of the brand. I don't know if it's like a ski company, snowboard company, but it's just a nice wicking layer that I can put on underneath if I happen to work up a sweat. These are kind of the same layers, base layers that I wear bow hunting as well in the winter. And so walking to and from a stand, it's good to have a wicking layer. So I use this fishing as well. If it's not going to be as cold throughout the course of a day, I just use a simple Simms Solar Flex as my base layer here. And I'll put this on first under everything else. But back to kind of the coldest days of the year that I'm on the water, next is going to be a quarter zip from Simms. It's just a kind of a mid-weight fleece layer. You can use fleece, wool, some sort of mid-weight over that initial base layer on the top. And then for the bottoms, from a base layer standpoint, I have a pair of Simms Long Johns here. These are kind of a mid-weight that I've worn for years and years now. They're super comfortable. Just make sure you get something, really comfortable for your base layers. You don't want to be having things bunched up and be uncomfortable throughout the course of the day. Above those Long Johns, I just have a pair of nice sweatpants from Simms. They're super warm, very comfortable. You know that feeling when you're at home and it's cold outside and you just want to lounge around in some sweatpants and stay cozy and warm? Well, I want that same feeling when I'm out on the water. And so a good comfy pair of Long Johns and a pair of sweatpants over them, extremely comfortable, especially when you throw a shell over that. If it's not going to be super cold throughout the course of the day, so we're talking like 50 degrees and above, then I'll go with the Simms Rogue soft shell pant. This is a lined fleece pant that cuts the wind really well. You can wear these on their own, or you can put them under your bibs. If I feel like maybe mid-morning, midday, I'm going to be shedding my bibs, that's when I'll wear these Rogue pants. If I'm going to be in my bibs all day long as my shell, that's when I'll keep this sweatpant and Long John combination and just be really comfy under my bibs all day. But if I'm going to shed those bibs at some point, this Rogue soft shell is a really good base layer. Now, that's kind of summarizes the bottom half. For the upper half, on top of either the Solar Flex or on top of that wicking layer and the quarter zip, I go with a vest. A vest provides a ton of warmth in your core while also allowing for great mobility for casting. And if I'm bow hunting too, I can be mobile in the tree stand as well. But a vest is something that I really keep in the boat almost year round. And it's a super important piece in my kit. This happens to be the Fall Run from Simms. Any sort of vest over those initial base layers is going to provide another layer of warmth without a bunch of bulk. And then on top of that vest, I kind of have two jackets that I choose from depending on the day. I either go with the Simms Fall Run, which is kind of a mid-weight layer jacket, or the Simms Extreme, which is more of a heavyweight layer jacket. This Fall Run, once again, if it's kind of in that 50 degrees or more throughout the course of the day is where I'll go with that Fall Run. And then if it's going to be 50 and below or 45 and below for most of the day, that's when I'll pack this extreme jacket and basically live in this thing throughout the day. For my outer shells, I have two options, and it really depends on the temperature. I've got a Simms insulated, this is their old Pro-Dry insulated suit. They currently have a Challenger one. If you're looking to buy a new one, the Simms Challenger insulated suit is really going to be your best option. I have jacket and bibs. You know, this is my coldest days of the year is where I'm wearing this. And I'm putting this over my long johns and sweatpants on the bottom. And then on the top, it's going to be that wicking layer, the quarter zip, a vest, and possibly the fall run. I typically don't put this extreme jacket under a shell. You know, I'm wearing this when there's not moisture in the air or rain or sleet that day. This is kind of designated for those drier, cold days. If it's going to be possibly wet and cold, then I'll put that fall run, which is just, it just fits better. And I already have the extra insulation of this suit. And so I'll use that fall run under this insulated suit. Beyond that, I have just the regular Pro-Dry shell as well. So the bibs and the jacket. And this is going to be for those days that are more so 50, 60 degrees and above, and you're dealing with some moisture in the air. So same base layers. You know, if I feel like I'm going to be living in those bibs all day, I'll go the long john sweatpant combo. If it's going to warm up throughout the day, might just be the Simms Rogue pant underneath the Pro-Dry bibs and jacket. And if it's going to be 70, 80 later in the day, I'll actually just wear a pair of Challenger Simms pants. I have them on right now. They're just a lighter weight pant. You can put those on under the bibs. You might layer with, you know, a Solar Flex and a fall run vest or a fall run jacket, and then have your Pro-Dry jacket over that until things warm up throughout the day. So you can see I kind of have two systems for like the most extreme late winter, you know, temps are hovering around 30 sort of system. And then I also have, you know, as you move in later to the spring and your afternoon temps are 60, 70, maybe 80, that's when you're going to want to pare things down. But layering is incredibly important. That's kind of how I've built this system, is around layering. And beyond that, from an accessory standpoint, you know, I do carry a neck warmer. This is just a Patagonia brand. You know, any sort of nice neck warmer that's going to cut the wind, you would be surprised at how much these things help throughout the course of a very cold day. You know, I'm using this 45 degrees and less. There's a lot of heat that can escape out your jacket around your neck, and just keeping this thing on all times of the day helps keep that warmth in. And then when you're running from spot to spot, if you're out fishing and you got to make a 10-minute run, you can pull this thing, you know, up over your face and still be extremely warm, and you're not dealing with windburn as much at the end of the day. For gloves, I love the half finger wool gloves from Simms. I've worn these for years and years. It's pretty much all I need, all the way down to 30 degrees or less. You know, you can put a pair of those rubber gloves that you see in a doctor's office. You can get them at the dollar store or Walmart. Those will definitely help with some heat as well, and you can wear those underneath these wool gloves if you need to. But most of the times, these will help. The beauty of wool and fishing is if these get wet, you know, maybe you got to scoop a fish and land it. You're in a tournament where you got a big one and you got to scoop it and you get your glove all wet. It'll still keep you warm even when they're wet. So that is the beauty of wool and having wool gloves. When I'm running from one spot to the next, I might put a big warm mitt over the top of this. But then when I get to where I'm going, I shed that mitt, and these are pretty much all I need. You always got to have a beanie on hand, you know, for those coldest days. And then from a footwear standpoint, I just like the Challengers from Simms. These are kind of their mid-height style boot. They do have a little bit of insulation in them, and then I just vary my sock depending on the temp. If it's really cold, I'll go with like a thicker Smartwool type sock. And then, you know, if you're dealing with 50 degrees and above, you can go with a thinner sock. If you upsize your boot too, you can get a hand warmer in there and shove it up in your sock, and that actually helps tremendously. Especially if you're, like when I used to fly fish and I was standing in water, those hand warmers help quite a bit. So that's kind of my late winter, early spring on into the latter part of spring gear kit. Layering is super important. Be sure to have some good base layers for your bottoms and your tops. And then you can just vary it depending on the day and the scenario that you're given. But that springtime of the year is one of the best times to be on the water. We love to spend a bunch of hours on the water after a really long winter where we may have had a little bit of cabin fever. And having the right gear is just going to keep you out there and allow you to enjoy that time with friends, family, or maybe you're out there by yourself. But that's my setup. I've spent a lot of years kind of putting this together, trial and error over the course of the years, bow hunting, fly fishing, and also, you know, bass fishing too. So hope that helps a little bit. I'll link everything down in the description below, everything that I can find. Some of this stuff is a little bit older. Some of it may still be in stock elsewhere, but at least gives you a general idea of how to layer your gear to help you stay on the water and catch a lot more fish during one of the best times of the year to be out there. Appreciate you guys. We'll catch you at the next one.